The value of knitting. Now, I'm a retired counselor, and I cannot help but think of the psychology involved in knitting. So think about this, beginner knitters. If you learn just one stitch, that's great. Why not learn two? Purl, knit, and then you can do garter stitches or stockinette stitches. And you can do amazing things with just those two stitches, especially if you start getting into different colors. What you may find is that you'll go beyond that. You won't just stay with the two. So knitting is slow, methodical. It helps you relax, helps you slow down and appreciate life. It can help you meditate and reflect. So one of my pet peeves as a counselor was that many people just didn't stop long enough to reflect on their life. Sure, they stop and they think when something goes wrong or bad, but what about when things are pleasant? Do we stop long enough to think about the goodness of life? Think about what's working instead of what's not. Knitting is a definitive time for reflection. And while you're at it, it's a reminder that in the long term, something good comes from your actions. Something positive comes out of the long term. Reflection helps people pause and become more aware of why they feel or act a certain way. Without that pause, life can feel like a series of automatic reactions. But when people stop and reflect, they begin to connect the dots, notice patterns, and understand themselves more deeply. Life gives us raw material. Reflection is the processing, the spinning of that raw material into something usable. Without reflection, we may keep repeating the same patterns or miss important lessons. With reflection, with various experiences, even painful ones, we gain wisdom. Reflection doesn't mean dwelling or ruminating. Healthy reflection helps people take responsibility without shame. It opens the doors to asking, well, what can I learn from this? Or what would I do differently next time? When people reflect and find meaning in what they have gone through, even hardship becomes part of the redemptive story. And that's a huge part of resilience. Not just bouncing back, but bouncing forward with purpose. In today's fast-paced world, many people rush from one thing to the next without processing. So reflection, like knitting, invites a slower rhythm where the mind can catch up with the heart. I like that. So something positive comes out of the long term, and that's not just true in knitting, it's true in life. Reflection lets us see the long thread of our effort, how consistent stitches eventually form something beautiful. So take time to reflect.